Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. and I'm here to bring the review for One Piece episode 882. So I am very disappointed that the fact that 75 to 90%, obviously I'm not going to go and check because it's not worth the time to check the actual, to get an accurate reading of the percentage, but I'm estimating 75 to 90% of the episode was a recap of Marineford War. Now, if I wanted to, and there's no, sometimes you want to just go back and relive the glory days of One Piece where things were like its most hype. But this is not one of them times, and it was fairly unnecessary at this moment in time. If I get me, if I want to relive certain moments, I will go back and watch said arc, or I will go onto YouTube and watch said scenes. So having an episode of this magnitude of recap is just really disappointed completely. And they didn't even show my favorite bit. If they had shown my favorite bit, then there would have been some forgiveness, like a 1% forgiveness on my account. But they didn't show it, so there's no forgiveness for what they have done within this episode for me. And now, if you're just wondering what my favorite bit of Marineford War is, come on, it should be your favorite bit as well. When Shanks hops in there and says, "Yo, if you guys want to continue to fight, we'll be your opponents." And then you see that you see his frontliners, his just standing there all posted, and then I think after that he says, "Yeah, like is that cool with you, Blackbeard?" And then you got the sniper moment. Come on, how is that not the best bit in the arc? But anyway, yeah. So at the end of the episode, that's when we get some content. That's where the episode starts. So sadly, this is a short episode, but yeah, what we get is we see some of the kings and queens arriving at the ports to get up to the Holy Land. And just before that, we find out about how got the new Marineford, which is where G1 was located previously, and in the space of the old Marineford, that's where G1's headquarters is now located. They're both on opposite sides of the red line, protecting it against blah blah blah. Blah. You saw it in the episode for yourself. So after we meet some of the kings and queens of the different kingdoms, whatever, the episode does something funny where there's a bit more. In fact, yeah, there's a bit more that happens within the manga before you actually see the speech between Green Bull and Fujitora, but for some reason they skipped over to that. But just to speak about that, we see Green Bull, kind of. He's in the Dark Shadow, and now, if I'm remembering correctly, the way they showed it within the manga, you could kind of make sense of it and say, yeah, okay, Green Bull is in the shadows, but there's an image of where you see Fujitora and Green Bull, and it's just blatantly darked out and Green Bull, and it just made me think, yeah, that shouldn't be a shadowed figure of Green Bull right now. But I guess they're just trying to keep the reveal of Green Bull far away as long as possible. We do learn a little bit about Green Bull. We learn that he's lazy and that he hasn't eaten in 3 years. Now, I don't care how lazy you are, the fact that you ain't eaten in 3 years, there's a problem there, both medical and mental, and probably physically as well. But we'll probably learn the reason behind all of that later on down the line. We do know, though, that given his orders to get rid of Fujitora, he's like, yeah, it's probably out of laziness, it's not out as well. I think when it came up in the manga, I thought it was for other reasons, but I thought when it came up in the manga, I thought it was because a clash between them would be too wild to be having during then another 10 days like a Koji and Akainu, but I think it might be purely or majority out of laziness that he does not want to scrap the Fujitora right now. And the last thing to mention about this episode is what Fujitora says. We found that Fujitora had a little well, he went to go see Vegapunk, but he didn't get to see him. But we learned that Vegapunk is working on something that Fujitora believes can replace the warlord system. The warlord system. So the Shibikai might be out soon. So I don't know. We'll see in it. But yeah, sadly that was the end of the episode. So like always, pacing is an issue, and now arc. Let me just break down for you anime only watchers just how much of an issue it currently is. So the Reverie arc is only 6 chapters long. The anime version of it so far is 4 episodes long. But how much content within the manga's arc, how much content within the manga of it have we actually got right now? So right now we are currently in the 3rd chapter, 4 chapters in, and just to break it down even further, within the 3rd chapter, we've only got 5 pages worth of material of the 3rd chapter being already have been animated, where a chapter is 20 pages long. Just to make it even worse, I heard that the next arc doesn't start in the anime until July. So that means we got another 8 episodes minimum. How are you stretching this thin? How are you stretching this arc? That is some serious stretching going on right there. Serious stretching. But like last week, if I do remember correctly, I didn't give the episode worthy of a rating. Again, same thing. Can't be given ratings for recaps. So like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.